is there a solution to all our psychological problems, which obviously affect the outer problems? I think one must be clear on that point. Man has tried various systems, including the communist system, in trying to alter the environment, so-called society, hoping thereby to change man, to change his way of thinking, his feelings, his competitiveness, his aggressiveness, his brutality, and so on. Various throughout history, I'm not a historian, but I've talked to a great many historians, watched. They've all said man has tried almost everything outwardly to change the inward nature of man. Frighten him, threaten him with hellfire, and in the Asiatic world, various forms of past karma, if I may use that word, if you understand that word, if that word means actually action, karma. And apparently, every effort has been made to change the nature of man, the condition of man, and they have not succeeded. And we have accepted that condition. Rationalize it, and so on. Now we're going to investigate together if it is possible to totally understand the nature of this conflict and end it. The speaker says there is an end to that, but you don't have to believe it. On the contrary, you must doubt it. You must question it. But in questioning, in doubting, observe your own conflict psychologically, whatever the conflict be. And watch it so that you not only discover the root of that, the source of that conflict, the cause, but also the consequences of that conflict. That is, can you observe your conflict I'm using the conflict to include contradiction in oneself. The opposing demands, the opposing reactions, opposing desires, and so on. To watch, to be aware of all that, and inquire what is the cause of it, and follow, as you would follow a stream, follow its movement and its action in the world, right? You understood my question? That is to know your conflict, be aware of it, conscious of it. And when one is conscious of it, one begins to discover the root of it without analysis. Right? Are you doing this as we're talking? And follow its activity outwardly, in action. Right? That is, take your own particular problem, psychological problem, and don't try to find an answer for it. Don't try to resolve it. Don't try to suppress it or escape from it. Just watch the problem, stay with it completely, and see the cause of it as it comes out, and follow the sequence, consequences of it in action. You've understood this? All right. Suppose I have a problem with my wife, or with my girl, whatever it is, emotional, psychological problem. First, I'm conscious when there is a problem, a conflict. I want the instinctive reaction is to resolve it, to say I must solve it, or escape from it. Or suppress it altogether by identifying myself with something totally different. Right? You understand? That's what one does generally. The reaction, the fear involved in the resolution of that problem, and watching it, I see all the implications that are involved in that problem, not being able to resolve it, saying to myself, I cannot solve it, it's too complex, too difficult, I don't know what to do with it, and so I let it remain and move away from it. Or I go to somebody to help me to resolve that problem. I want to talk it over with a friend, or with a psychologist, or with somebody or other, and in the very talking of it with another, I'm escaping from it. Right? Am I aware of all this? That I'm escaping? And so the escape becomes far more important than the problem. The flight to something becomes much more important than the problem itself. Are you following all this? Or I don't know what to do with it. My intellect cannot grapple with it. I can argue, I can discuss, I can go into, but somehow I feel it cannot be resolved. I haven't got the sufficient energy, sufficient capacity. And so I come to you, the specialist psychologist, whatever you are, and I say, please, this is my problem, let's talk it out, help me. In that movement of demanding help from another, it's not only an escape, but I begin to rely on another for my solutions. So the priest comes along, or the psychologist comes along, or the specialist comes along, and willing to play that game. Am I aware of all this? I have a problem. I have seen what you have said to me. I realize the truth of it, the actuality of your statement, that it's no good escaping from it. And you also point out there are many ways of escape. Not just going to psychologists and so on, but there are many other ways. Talking about it endlessly. Worrying about it. Analyzing about it. Or I say to myself, I'll be very quiet with it. Or, having done all this, as somehow it still remains, I say I can't do it. So I accept it, tolerate it, the conflict. And so, for the rest of my life, till I die, I live with it. And you come along and tell me, say, look, there's a totally different way of dealing with this problem, with problems, psychological problems. I listen to you, what you have to say, and I listen with a sense of resistance, with great deal of skepticism, which is natural, a great sense of, who are you to tell me? Have you solved your problems? So I resist what you're saying. What you say may be true, but I'm questioning you, not listening to what you are saying. I wonder if you're following.